everyone, and welcome to Season 8, Round 1 of Wheel-to-Wheel Racing. Tonight we're running a racing at Catalunya with the 8 6s. As it's a brand new season, we've got brand new rules, but we'll get to that later. Tonight with me, it's CD87, I'm giving you the commentary at the moment. With me I have Untouchables 911. Say g'day to everyone, Untouchables.
Good evening, CD. It's Season 8, baby. Who would have thought it's about a month or so since we finished Season 7. Now we're back on track for Season 8. Some exciting racing. Yeah,
definitely. It's going to be some exciting throughout this season, especially with the round 1. And also, we've got a three-way commentary team. We've got Bang. Bang, say good evening to everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Great to be here.
And on visuals, we've got Ando S787 breaking his virginities. You know, always remember your first time there, Ando. So, welcome to the commentary team as well.
Good evening, folks.
So, new season, new rules. How do we all feel about this? Racing both the one make for half the season, which is in the GT8 6s, and the GR3 cars, which is open to every car on the grid. So, Tachi, give us a rundown of how you feel about this new race rules, and also I guess one of the biggest comments is heavy damages off as well.
Yeah, so a few changes for Season 8. The league has voted down the damage model, so we're now down to a light damage, which impedes your car for about 30 seconds, depending on how heavy you hit the wall or how heavy you hit your competitor. We're also in our second season of a one-make and Group 3 season, flagship season, and we're running the Toyota 86 as our one-make car for Season 8. And all I can say is Season 7 we got the idea of a one-make race with the Nissan GTR, and with the Toyota 86 that's just going to be exponentially better for close wheel-to-wheel racing. Bang, what are your thoughts, mate?
I'm thinking qualifier's just about to kick off, so this should be interesting.
So with qualifying, guys, with the split 3 guys, we can definitely, with the new mix-up, with the new rules and everyone based on their driver values, who is your pick tonight? Thanks.
I think I'm going to have to go with Hippo. I haven't seen a lot of him. I think he's returned to the to wheel-to-wheel this season. Previous season competitor who's been showing some good times around the track, so he'll be my pick.
Hippo's coming back from a broken foot. He broke his foot earlier this year during Season 7, so he's coming back from that injury, and it looks like he's showing some great pace as well.
Yeah, so speaking of broken, I'll also have to keep an eye out for our teammate, Broken Spoke and Dodgy, who's also in this one, so yeah, hoping they'll do well.
You mean your teammate, remember X13R there,
Yes, sorry, slip of the tongue.
And Untouchables, who's your pick for tonight?
Look, I've got to be a bit biased, and I've got to give my my hopes and dreams to Evil One, newly drafted to the Sunday casuals, the old leftovers of Wheel to Wheel. So I'm really hoping for a strong performance from Evil One. J-Dub has made his return to Wheel-to-Wheel this season. He was a very surprise package last season as well for the leftovers, so expect to see some good pace out of him as well. And then you've also got newcomer Queensland Devil Racer, a bit of an unknown here in the league. This will be his first league race for Season 8, so welcome to the league, Queensland Devil Racer. Hippo this returning to the league. What I've heard, he was a fast bloke, so we get to see him as well. It's going to be hard to pick it out, as we see Hammy having to burn a penalty on the start finish line, so there goes his banker lap, as well as Ripdock as well with a penalty he's had to burn as well. So both of those drivers have already lost their banker lap. We need to put everything into it come their second time around.
Definitely, yeah. That last chicane is an absolute lap wrecker. I know that happened to me during my qualifying tonight, so yeah, my heart goes out to him. So, what do you believe, gentlemen? What do you think tonight's 5-hole position lap will be? What time we're looking at?
51 for sure, maybe a 50. I think they could be under 50 for a
How about you?
qualifier.
How about you, Untouchy? What do you think?
Look, I think a 52 is probably a possibility here. You might see some drivers hit the 51s. Probably stretching the imagination a little bit to see a 50, unless one of these drivers really do hook it up. You'll see some of the faster guys hit a 50, but I think a 51 and a 52 is what you're expecting out of this sort of field.
I don't know. I think, with the mix-up and people coming back into the season probably undervalued at the moment, such as like Hippo and E1, I think potentially a 50 is on, because both those gentlemen have shown some fast speed throughout the week. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see those boys at the point end of tonight. As we cross the line, we could jump on with E1 riding. Oh, getting a bit loose around that last chicane there, running a little bit wide. Might actually pick up a penalty there. We'll see if he gets that red flashing penalty button. Yes, he does. Half a second. Unlucky.
And that's going to be his second lap done and dusted as well. That's a 51.9, so it's still a relatively good lap. Probably would sit him midfield with this sort of talent, but his second lap is all but gone now.
Oh, there we go, boys. We've got another underdog here. Corvin, or CCH 199, coming up with a 50.7. An absolute cracker of a lap there.
That is a cracker of a lap.
Ando's going to be over the moon. Another shake and bake teammate of his. Definitely
Slingshot engaged.
There you go. It's all, and it's actually on the right behind Hippo. So look for another one, because he's 3/10 purple up in the first sector.
I guess just while we've got a quick break in the commentary, we should mention the format for Season 8. So we've reverted back to the 3-race format each week. We're doing 2 15-minute sprint races, followed by a 30-minute race to round off the night. Both race 2 and race 3 will be reverse grid, so race 2 and race 3 will definitely see a whole lot more action. Watching the faster guys trying to get past the slower guys. Lap 1, turn 1, all 3 races are going to be chaos and hectic. The long straight into a hard braking zone, a left-right flick. So the first 2 races you'll see flat-out racing. Race 3 is where you're going to see all your strategy. We've got Evil 1 making his way to the start-finish line to finish his second lap.
Watch out for Corbin. Corbin's absolute on the flyer as well. It was 7/10 up on that in the second split, and he's going to absolutely improve on his time. There you go.
Yeah, wow. Well done.
So 7/10 they're separating first and second. That's a fairly big margin.
Yeah, I think with Con in front of those two, really slowed both of them times down. Because I was just looking through the sector times. Hippo got absolutely slowed down by Con in sectors 2 and 3. So yeah, like Corbin catching up to that little group there towards the end of the lap. So he didn't get that affected, and also running the fastest time for his second and also last lap for qualifying. So yeah,
we have about a minute or so. So why don't we get Fang to run us through the qualifying times and positions before we head into race 1.
Definitely, come on, Fang. Alright, I'll start
Take us off, mate.
So of course, congratulations to CCH, taking out, showing his dominance and where he should be in actually split 2 with a great time there, 150.4, and straight behind him we have Hippo in second place, coming on strong.
And third place, new arrival Queensland Devil Racer, about 9/10 behind the leading 2 in third place. Con 008 is your 4th position spot. He's about 1.1 seconds off the pole time. Rip Doc in 5th place, about 1.2 seconds off the pace. And we've got Evil 1 rounding out the top half of the field, about 1.5 seconds off the pole time. ZD.
And then you've got Fang's teammate Dodge 86. Again, about 1.5 seconds off the front. J-Dub returning back to wheel, showing his pace there again, just tap behind Dodgy. And then you've got Broken Spoke, another 13 other guys. Behind Dodgy, we've got Smurf, Hammy, and then Mackajack, who didn't set a time. So I'm curious if Mackajack's actually at his wheel at the moment, because he was just sitting in the pits.
Yeah, I've seen him in the pits there before. I'm not sure if he's got a pit glitch or not, but yeah.
We'll just hope that is. Well, he did set a time. There you go. No, he set a 156. 156. So he did set a time. He must have been fraught with penalties. I think we should jump with. I think if we jump on board with Ripdog in position 5. I think that's a perfect way to start on the racing line with these cars bogged down. We're always here moved by Ripdog.
Lights out and away we go, and those cars roaring to life, heading down to turn 1. It's going to be a fairly even start down to the field. Corbin's leading the way, followed by Hippo This and Queensland Devil Race. They're all bumper to bumper. Con looking down the inside there. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. Hippo big dive into the inside. Manages to hold position. Your top 3 coming out of the first 2 corners. CCH, Hippo This, Queensland Devil Racer. Fang, take it away, mate.
Yeah, well, just looking at Dodgy making his way up to the field now, hoping to see him gain a position, but it's all pretty tight there.
Sorry for the cutting in that big dive from Con from 2nd position.
Oh,
just cleans up.
Hippo This back in 12th has come off. Yeah.
That was a big dive from Con and cleaning up Devil Racer, and then also cleaning up Hippo This, who is now second last because Con redressed that massive dive. So big action already.
And that just helps CCH. He's now got a 2-second lead on the rest of this field now. They've all got to now work together to try and catch up to CCH, or he's just gone for this race.
No, he's got a good lead on there now, CCH. It's
everyone down the inside.
In P3 for P2.
Devil Racer, big move, gets the job done. Devil Racer
coming back
with the switchback.
But Evil One just giving a bit of a nudge there, telling him he's there. But Devil Racer comes through and holds for position 2. Great racing, boys.
Line astern as they come into the final chicane, turns 13, 14 and 15. You've got positions, pretty much positions 2 to 11, the line astern.
Yeah, the Bulls of themselves out now.
Exactly. And who we have? Who's got burning a penalty in P?
Ripdoc in 6th, looks like he's just burned a penalty.
That's unlucky. That last chicane absolutely a killer, especially how close the time is. You get any penalty and you're going to drop right to the back.
This track, it's I've said it before this week, it's easy to get a penalty and hard to shake them. It's and it's unfortunate for Ripdoc there. Hopefully he can gain from that one.
I think if we jump on with Broken Spoke in P6 there, it's a great tussle between Broken Spoke, J-Dub and Hammy at the moment. A massive line, the closest racing that we want to see. This is why we're in the GTA 6. We just love this close racing.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, last season it was a good idea to get one make racing into the main league. It really promotes driver skill over car skill. While the Nissans were heavily affected by aero wash and aero grip, you've got these cars here, the Toyota 86s. Big cars on mechanical grips as well.
Is Broken and J-Dub going to pick up a penalty? They're both right there. He goes. J-Dub picks up a penalty, and so does Broken Spoke, and so does Mackajack. Jeez, P6, P7. J-Dub has to burn that penalty. He has to get off the race line to burn that penalty. There he is. He does.
He got it off a bit late.
Got off a bit late.
Still pulled over to a safe spot off the racing line, way out of everyone's way, so I don't see that being too much of an issue.
I would have burnt it down in the that braking zone before the corner. Should have given up the corner, like what Broken Spoke does. But again, if people want to complain about it, they can leave it up to the stewards. And Ripdog picks up a penalty in P10. Unlucky there for Ripdog there. Again, picking up.
But like I was saying before, we should definitely see these cars will definitely achieve the one make results that we want to see compared to the Nissan GTRs from a season ago. So
back up in position 4 and 3, we've got a good little battle going on with Dodgy and Queensland Devil.
Yeah,
Racing. We're pretty close there.
Dodgy just made a room on the outside. Oh, don't it.
Bit of a touch there on the rear corner panel. Dodgy's not going to be too happy about that.
But good on it by Queensland Devil Racer. He just gave Dodgy the position back, gave him a little touch, and then giving him his room. So, yep, that's what we'd like to see. If you do make a mistake, give up that position and continue on.
Hippo in P6 at the moment is climbing back through the field. Hammer and Tong after that bold move from Con, turn 3, lap 1.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect way to quickly run through the pack there, guys. So, in first position at the moment, P1 is Ando, his teammate there, Corbin, CCH right there, absolutely blitzing it in P1 with Evil One in P2 at the moment.
Yeah, 3-second gap there, that's pretty good.
Behind him, we've got Dodgy 8-6, about 1.5 seconds behind Evil One, and Queensland Devil Racer behind him with Smurf coming up, who's actually showing some good pace, so watch out for Smurf towards the end of the race. We've got the Flying Hippo after that tangle with Con. Behind him we've got Hammy, behind him we've got Broken Spoke, Con, Ripped Off, Maccajack, and J-Dub coming up in last. We probably had a few issues there, and J-Dub's just fallen off to the back of the grid, so that's a bit unfortunately for J-Dub there. So who do we jump on with, guys? I think we should jump on with Hippo in P6. Do you reckon if you're a Hippo, they're untouchable? What would you do? You've just had a bit of a frustrating first lap because you've just been taken out, and you know you've got some speed because you're P2 in qualifying. What do you do? What's going through your head right now?
Look, you're halfway through a race at the moment. If you know you've got the pace, try and make your way up the field. If you don't think you've got the pace, this is the sort of time where you try and sort of consolidate your position at the moment, try and save the tyres, burn a bit of fuel off, and wait towards the end of the race where people might have burned a little bit of extra tyres. We see Smurf up ahead just run a tiny bit wide. That may give him a half-second penalty. Looks like he's kept a pixel or two inside. No, he's got a penalty. He's got a 1 second penalty there. Sorry, my mistake. Hammy as well also picked up a penalty. But yeah, look, Hippo is up into P5 now. I believe this is a chance where he can now consolidate his position and look forward to race 2 where the grid's reversed. He'll definitely have a good starting point. He'll be ahead of a few of the faster guys. So if he can make his way through the slower drivers in race 2, he'll be on for a good night, a good rest of the night.
Back in 10th there, we've got a bit of a battle on with Con and Maccajack. Maccajack's trying to get around Con at the moment. Pretty close there.
Maccajack's got to learn what it is like to be behind the Great Wall of Con. Actually, Con's not defending that hard tonight. Leaving the inside room there. This is going to be interesting coming down into the turn 1. The chicane. What is going to be...
And Maccajack leans off and then just finds that wall anyway. Oh my. That Great Wall of Con. It may be massive,
but it's back. That's all I'm going to say. It is back. The Great Wall of Con is showing his rear head and making sure everyone in the league knows how hard it is to pass that Great Wall himself.
You can't miss him as well with that bright yellow car.
Tell me about it. You can know that, yeah. I think he's got the high vis just to tell everyone, the wall is here, and you've got to find a way around me.
And Maccajack's looking like he's just getting it done now. It's very close there.
Around the outside, Maccajack gets it done.
Yeah, top dog Macca.
That just shows you how much practice Maccajack's done. Well done, Maccajack, making it look easy, making it look like the con's not too hard to get around anymore. As Con looks like, puts his nose there, pulls out it, thinks of it again, and just drops off the pace, just losing that rear end of his.
Coming up to lap 6, let's run through your top 3. We've got CCH with a 2.5 second lead over Evil 1 in second place. Evil 1 at about 2 second lead over Dodgy 86 in third. Evil 1 just pipped CCH for the fastest lap, the 52.2, so pace here at the moment is electric.
I think, sorry to catch you off there, Touchy, I think we should jump in for P5 there. Got Hippo right up the arse of Queensland Devil Racer there. So I think this is on. Hippo's definitely got the pace over Devil Racer at the moment. And watch this for a pass. Where are you going to pass knowing that Hippo is 1 second faster there? Fang, where would you pass?
I'd be looking to try to get it done so you can gain a bit of momentum next week.
Oh, he puts the nose
it's not
out.
this corner.
It's definitely got the speed. He definitely has it all over. There.
Switch back here down the inside. Late
Looks
break.
Oh.
Bit of a lean on the car there. Pulls out and move there.
If you can get a good run for these next couple of turns, he may pick up a bit of pace, get a bit of slip, get him before the hairpin.
Yeah, I think, this coming up this corner down here, there's multiple lines, and I know Hippo's great under brakes here, so coming up to this fast right-hand corner, down into this hairpin, I think the move's going on, and both of them run wide. I think both of them are going to pick up the penalty. Wait, where is this? Oh, they got away with it. Wait, no. Did I see?
No whammies, no whammies.
Oh, both of them lifting off the throttle as they both ran wide. Oh, lucky to get away with no penalties right there.
So this is one thing the drivers are going to look out for this season. You've got Devil Racer in 4th, Hippo in 5th, bringing all the action live at the moment. But up ahead, you've got Dodgy, who's almost 5 seconds ahead of the pack. So while it's all well and good to battle for position, battle too hard, you're just going to lose time, hand over fist over everyone else. Look at the gap that the first 3 had already, as Evil, this we jump onto Evil in second place. He's going to make a move down the inside of CCH. Last of the late breakers down the inside, side by side. Evil One makes the move, takes the lead of the race with 2 laps to go.
Wow, what a great move! I think Corbin just done a few mistakes. Just looking at his lap times, absolutely
Dodgy's in there as well with the over-under. Sorry, Z, to cut you in there, but Dodgy's got the move down the inside here as well. He's going to break late as well. And Corbin, in 3 turns, has gone from 1st to 3rd after nearly a 3-second lead on this field.
Yeah, looking at the tyre wear, I think that could be what's coming into play for Corbin at the moment. He's certainly got some glowing tyres. And also to the others around him.
And also, I think this is the biggest difference. Corbin is on controller, but Dodgy and Evil One have a wheel. So, that tyre wear, especially around a punishing track like Catalunya, and these cars that, you have to run a bit of a front brake bias, is absolutely torturing those tyres for CCH there. So, yeah, just shows you a bit of tyre management, wheel versus controller. Is just costing him time right now. And also, just behind him, Hippo's just got around Devil Racer as well. So, Hippo up to 4th place.
Yeah, I was about to update you on that one, Zeddy, because I know you're very excited on how Hippo's first race back in the league is going. Well done to Hippo for the rescue drivers. We go into the final lap of race 1 here. It's the round 1. Wheel-to-wheel Season 8 in Division Split 2.
Split 3.
Split 3, that's what I said.
As we got return of Evil One showing his pace at the moment in 1st place. Bob slightly behind with Dodgy and CCH there with just that controller. I know we've got fast people like Broken Spoke and Tombo as well on controller, but geez, it's just on a track like this, you get punished.
No, Broken Spoke's actually on a wheel. He just uses the throttle and the brake with his hand and wheel in the other. But yeah, on auto, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Broken Spoke. That is impressive. to say the
It
least,
is,
with his disability there. He's
yeah.
currently running in 7th place. So yeah, Breakerspeak showing how it's done. Whilst Tombo, another person with disability within the league, the fastest cripple, he's called himself right there. He's also in the top split. Also got a disability that shows you that with no matter what your ability is, if you're fast, and you just got to. Everyone else has got to live with it. So yeah, congratulations to those boys. Doing something that they absolutely love.
We've got final sections here. Dodgy's pretty close on the tail end of either one, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to get it done. But he's great drive by Dodgy.
Yeah, great
Done
drive
well.
by Dodgy from 5th place to 2nd. Great work by him, keeping up with the fast boys. And he's very close, but don't think he's
Not
going to
over
be close.
yet, guys. It's not over yet.
No,
We've still got
the,
two corners to go.
the fat lady hasn't sung.
I think it sung a long time ago, unfortunately. Everyone showing his dominance and crossing the line in 1st place with Dodgy behind him and Corbett. Great recovery race by Hippo coming in 4th place with Devil Racer 5th, Smurf 6th, Break 7th. Ripdog unfortunately picked up a penalty in the final corner coming in 8th. Maccajack and Hammy 9th and 10th. And we got Con, unfortunate, just not showing the pace there, and J-Dub in 12th position. That is Split 3, Race 1 done.
Yeah, what a race.
Yeah, exactly. What a race. Hey guys, a 15-12 showing that these guys have some pace, and that that did split 1 through to split 3. It's such close racing between everyone right now.
Got to congratulate the new team on the block this season, Marchie's pit crew. Can't remember who they came out of the ashes from, but Smurf and your mum leading the trio of Marchie's pit crew to 6th place with Ripdoc and Maccajack, I believe, also both part of the Marchie pit crew team.
Yeah.
8th and 9th as well, so some good points there for that team.
And we can't throw away from Ando's team, like Shake and Bake Baby, taking out split 2, and then having some split with Corbin, CCH in coming in 3rd place. So looks like some of these team rivalries going to begin, and I believe Shake and Bake is going to be one of those people to watch out for this season.
13R as well, having some good representation in this race as well. Dodgy's also picking up some good points as well for the team.
And Broken Spec as well.
That's for sure.
You got a lot of there's going to be massive rivalries. Probably a little bit too close to see, but having a look at some of the other splits, that Shake and Bake team was very strong this season. As we look at the boys, race 2.
Hey guys, Ando here.
Untouchables. Tell the community how we do the following 2 races from race 2 and race 3.
So race 2 still 15-minute race, about 8 laps again around the Catalunya circuit, but we reversed the grid this time. So Evil 1, Dodgy, CCH, they will be starting at the back of the grid. Drivers like J-Dub, Con and Hammy to the Bone will be shuffled up towards the front of the grid for race 2. So the guys that were a bit unfortunate in race 1 have a chance here in race 2 to make up for some lost time and find some valuable points for either themselves or their teams.
Yeah, definitely. This going back to season 6's format where we got 2 sprint races and enduro. I think that was a great move from the community to vote that, especially with GT Sport changing the pit time to more realistic time. I think going to this where we have 2 clear non-pit strategy races where it's just all out speed, and then that third race being some sort of a strategic race is the way to go, I reckon.
Hey guys, Ando here. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad, Ando. How what's it like being on visuals at the moment and not having much to say?
Yeah, it's a little bit daunting. I must apologise to the viewers. We just had a bit of a technical difficulty where I couldn't change views for that race, but hopefully I'll rectify it for the second race.
Well, so who were you stuck on with the whole race?
We were moving around, but we were just on the external view, so I couldn't jump on board with anyone, unfortunately.
It's
A
alright.
bit of a glitch.
It's alright. There's always a glitch in the matrix on when we're playing GT Sports. So yeah, it's alright. You will know you're trying your best. So yep, we'll definitely make those improvements.
Try and get it working for you guys for race 2.
Alright, just give us a
For
head.
anyone, sorry for butting in there, Zeddy, but for anyone who's interested in jumping on with the Visuals team for Season 8, what's been the learning curve behind it, Ando? I know you only just picked up all the gear and whatnot probably about a week or two ago, but what's been the learning curve behind it? How's
Yeah,
this
it's basically
all been going?
with a laptop and a capture card, and there's some lessons with fine moves. And yeah,
Sorry,
it's a bit of a
boys,
learning
we
curve.
just got the beginning of race 2 right now. Coming into, I think we should jump in again with P5, Ripdoc in P5. I think we should jump on board with him and see what happens with March's pit crew there. As we go, glitch in the matrix.
Engine's
Anyone?
revving, lights are on.
Oh, lights are on. Yep.
Lights out, and away we go. J-Dub, a poor start off the grid there. Must have picked up a bit of a false start there. But Con and Hammy to the bone. Well, Con's actually cleared out. They're going 3 wide behind there. And then another 3 or 4 wide behind that again. Managed to sort themselves out going to turn 1 and turn 2. They're still going 3 wide towards the back of the pack there. Is there a spin there in the back of the pack? Nice spin there for Devil Racer. Your top 3 out of the first few corners, Con, Ripdoc and Hammy. Take it away, guys.
Well, oh, and Hammy, give me a little bit of touch to, sorry, Mackie-Jack, give me a bit of touch to Hammy there. You know, March's pit crew not playing nicely together. I thought they were being in team, I thought they were racing nicely. So, yeah, just give me a bit of a hurry up there. But yeah, as we saw, we've got Ripdog, great stop by Ripdog, coming from 5th place into 2nd right now and battling for the lead.
With the reverse grid, really can see the how the pack isn't quite as spread out. It's starting to bunch up behind the Great Wall of Con, so interesting to see when there's some moves done.
Yeah, and also another big mover is Hippo. Hippo starting in 10th place and now into 6th and braking very late, nearly running in the back of Smurf in 6th place. So watch out for the fast boys. You've got Hippo, Even One in 7, coming through the pack together and working nicely together to carve up the rest of the field and hope they come up. Well, you've got Smurf running a little bit wide there on the tail, and Hippo giving Smurf a little bit of touch, telling Smurf that he's there and looking on the inside for P6. Thought of second event, but he's going to compromise now because everyone's going to get the run on Hippo coming through and maybe could make a move that first corner. What a first race! And that massive stake coming down that front straight here.
Look at everyone snaking around on the track, trying to find that little bit of toe down this long front straight.
Hippo having a look down the inside of Smurf, braking just a tad little later, holding it, gets it done. Smurf not giving up the position and eventually thinks better of it and backs off it. So Hippo making a bit of a bold move there, just showing how where to go with Smurf. And even one, because of that compromised exit speed, even one comes up for 6th place. So Smurf in one corner loses 2 positions.
And we've got a change in the lead as well. Ripdoc managed to get around the inside of Con there. Hammy as well looking bold down around the outside for P2. We'll lose out to Mackie-Jack who had the inside line. So Hammy back down to 4th. And looks like Broken Spoke and Dodgy in P10. Having a bit of a moment there. Can we get a replay please, Ando?
Nah.
I'm not sure if the replays are working this week, but
yeah. Alright, Roger, thanks Ando, man. We replays next week, guys, so just to be on board with the live racing. As we jump back on with Hippo, having a look at the inside of Hammy and gets it done, just gets a little bit more of an exit speed over that and gets it done around the hip. Gets around the hairpin, and now looking at the outside of Mackie-Jack for P3. Hippo's coming up and wants to get that first race win back in Season 8. So good on Hippo. Having a look, getting a nice ride, planting it, looking. I think Hippo is going to be looking at making a move down and in the turn 1. Oh, what exciting racing we have at the moment here.
Again, the car snaking around the track. Ripdoc trying to break that toe. Con ain't having none of it. He's following wherever Ripdoc goes.
So much excitement to see. I do not know where to watch. I think I want to stick on board with Hippo because Hippo's one of my favorites and one of the fast guys right there. Having a look very close to Hammy. But if we go back to P6, everyone having a look at the close to Hammy and gets it done, and also pulls up purple as well. 0.4 of a second on purple already in the sector 1, and also getting a move done by Hammy. Well done, everyone. Great move there. As we go up, I think we have a look in P3, Mackajack right behind that great wall. Again, Con not making it easy for anyone to go past him.
Ripdoc's the only one who's made it past the wall so far. We'll see if anyone else can.
And this guy's got to be careful that they don't get too racy here, otherwise Ripdoc's just going to drive away into the sunset.
Oh, Hippo one, I think just missing a brake marker and just missing a braking mark and just went in a bit deep just behind Mackajack there. But again, Hippo and people just coming up so close to Mackajack. I think Hippo just knows the track a little bit better, has a lot more confidence as he's looking for that little room so he can get the move done. Inside, out, over the last 15, get the run, a little bit loose for Hippo. He's in the toe. I wonder if he's going to get the advantage knowing that everyone from Ripdoc everyone from Con right down to Evil One has the toe of one another.
Looking at Corbin back here in 9th. Interesting to see if he can get a move done here. He's trying to get on the inside of Dodgy. Not to be. Pops Dodgy out a little bit there.
Sorry for that, Fame. We could jump back for P4. Mackajack gets passed both by Hippo and both by Evil One in one corner. Hippo is showing the nose in turn 1, and also he might be getting passed by Hammy. Hammy pulls out of it, gives him a little bit of touch, but thinks better of it. But now they're side by side coming into this sharp little left corner as Mackajack defends the inside. Oh, what a race! Unlucky for Mackajack coming from 3rd down to 5th, being passed by both Hippo and Evil One. What exciting racing!
Yeah, look, this is where the reverse grids bring all the excitement and all the action. Update on CCH, who was 3rd in the last race, and one of their fast drivers sort of struggled to get through the field here in race 2. So the race 2 and race 3 really show bringing out the drive.
We have a spin! We have a spin!
It got all a bit tight there. It was Dodgy and Smurf. I know Dodgy was keen to get around Smurf, and yeah, not sure if what's exactly happened. That might be for a later replay.
And also, J-Dub muscling outside of Devil Racer as well, so J-Dub not showing any shits and just trying to get along with it.
Into it. Okay, we've got someone burning a penalty down on the main
That's Hammy
straight.
for P6.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, burning the penalty. So yeah, again that final chicane just get
It's
something.
a shocker.
Yeah, it is 3.5 seconds sometimes. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hit it wrong. You can you get a few seconds on you pretty quickly. Yeah, we're looking back up at the Evil One in 4th.
Yeah, but Evil One having a look at the
Hippo.
Yeah, in 4th position, Evil One having a look on the inside of Hippo, and it's all about his late breakers. Hippo just comes the line a little bit and runs a little bit wide, runs a little bit deep, and unfortunately, just gets picked up on the marbles, losing that traction, giving Evil One P3. Unlucky.
Evil One had a really great line through that corner, so got the job done.
Now, how's everyone going to negotiate the Great Wall? And also, come to think about it, Ripdog has not pulled away. Everyone, having a look at the inside, thinks of it. Oh,
Con's doing well, showing his both sides of the con.
oh, that's a big touch by everyone. Running con right wide and getting to. Oh, I don't know about.
Looked like Evil One was trying to redress that one with tap on Con, and but not lose a position. Looks like Hippo's just got in there.
I don't think that was a redress. A redress is a complete, like, you have to give up that position. So, yeah, I'll leave that one up to the stewards because that was definitely one on the braking and definitely made contact into that heavy braking zone that made Con run wide. So we'll leave that one up to the stewards on that one. The boys...
Looks like there's a bit of a weaving going on up the front here. Yeah, looks like they're trying to not give the slip up.
Exactly, just Ripdog not giving the guys behind him any slip by weaving left to right down the front straight.
He's opened up a bit of a gap, the gap that he would have been looking for earlier. He's starting to open up.
Yeah, just opening up that gap there for just opening up that gap over Con stops, just dropped 1.2 seconds, and Hippo runs a little bit wide in P3 there. Slowly dropping off the pace of Ripdog and E1. I think we should jump on E1 for P2 because E1 has shown some speed around this chicane here and coming into at the end of the second timing interval for this track, and definitely a bit slower there over E1, but over Ripdog, and Ripdog potentially maybe pick up a penalty. Yes, Ripdog picks up a penalty, giving the lead to Evil One. That's unlucky.
Oh. Hippo trying to capitalise there, trying to go around the outside, but Ripdog doing really well to defend that inside apex there.
Yeah, great work by everyone. Running off the penalty and then making sure he was unghosted so he could then defend the inside line against fast moving Hippo, and running a little bit wide over that chicane there. Oh, Hippo built loose as well, so Hippo did not get the run over Ripdog coming onto the main straight.
He's still got a nice gap though. I think he'd be well able to slip there.
Penalty coming out of the final corner, unfortunately, there for him. He was all over the back of Con.
Jump up again with Hippo in P3. Coming in, braking a little bit later, and just nice, easy braking, just making sure he parks on the apex so Ripdog gives him a little boost for acceleration. So, yeah, and just look, Ripdog not giving up that position. Doesn't want to give up that position. Hippo is just telling him he's still there. Having a look on the inside, I think he's just going to think better of it. Yeah, pulls out of it. But Hippo again, just braking on the marbles, giving Ripdog an opportunity to come back. Having a look, coming into this goal, Hippo defends for his life, brakes, pulls it up, pulls it on the apex, and makes sure that Ripdog has nowhere to move except for right up his ass.
Evil One's really showing his skill here at the moment. Race 2, he's out in the lead right at the right time of the race with about 2 laps to go, and he's got a bit of a gap here on Hippo, so Hippo's got a bit of work to do while also defending from Ripdog as well. And Con, big move from Con down the inside there. That's going to upset a few drivers post-race there, but Con's done the right thing. He's pulled right out of it. He's let the 2 drivers go ahead. Maccajack's been able to pick up the scraps there, and he's back up into 3rd place, but some words will be said to Con post-race here, and probably post the end of the night for a couple of moves.
Yeah, I think we'll leave that one up to the stewards. I know it's one of the stewards, but I think we'll leave comments for the steward reports if the steward report gets in there. So yeah, we'll say our piece with it and just look at this last race. Hopefully Hippo can make up some positions to get back up there. He's looking at the back of Jack.
Just looking at Corbin here, going in between Con and Broken Spoke. So some interesting little battle going on here at the moment.
Yeah, it's on P6 and Broken Spoke having a look at the inside of Corbin, just bashing him wide, saying if you're going to do something like that, you're going to leave a door open, he's going to come through. So Broken Spoke taking no prisoners.
I just got to wonder if Con's running weak or no ABS, because I've seen him block up 1 or 2 times, or maybe that's just the tyre wear starting to pick up onto him. But yeah, Broken Spoke took advantage, and Corbin's only got about a half a lap to go to try and find a few more positions.
I don't think Corbin will be making much positions anymore. The gap between him and Hippo is 3 seconds, unless Hippo makes a blinder of an error.
Interesting to see what happens coming down this tight corner with Con. If he's in the brake lock-ups or how we get around this corner.
Evil one again, almost 5 seconds to the good towards the end of race 2 here. He's going to take the candy for race 2 with a march his pit crew 2 and 3 lockout, unless Hippo can do anything in the last few complex of corners. Looks like
he's got it set up well.
Position. It's only a short run to the line here.
No, well on Hippo.
Mac is going to hold position, and Hippo comes home in 4th. Ripdoc 2nd.
Evil first.
Takes the win by about 5.1 seconds. I mean, that's got to be scary for some of these drivers heading to race 3.
I don't know. I think, if you're someone like Hippo, you're a bit disappointed because you did get taken out by Con, and also, also making a few mistakes coming out the end of sector 1, coming into braking at the beginning of sector 2, just running a bit wide, and that's where he's losing most of his time. That's where everyone got him in lap 5, actually, of that race. So, yeah, Hippo's probably a little bit of room for improvement there. Probably kicking himself as well. I'm probably really angry about that takeout from Con.
Talk about the calendar if you want, guys.
Oh, yes, here we go. The calendar. So, of course, we're at Catalunya today with the 8.6s, and I think our first round for the GR3s is
Saint Croix.
It's not Saint Croix, it's Sardinia, isn't it?
Yeah, so if we can jump onto
Sardinia. Sardines. That'll be in Group 3 for round 2.
Oh, yeah, the Sardinia. The Sardine track, lovely in Group 2. Oh, in Group 3, sorry. Remember, it's Group 3 and Group 2. And then our first of the Enduros for round 3, the GR4 Suzuka. So watch out for us getting back into long racing and frustrating times. After that, we go to Dragon Trails at Gardens, and then in the GR3, and then back into the GR4s at Nürburgring GP circuit. For round 6, we're in GR3s at St. Croix. Group 2, that's an extremely long race, and it is another Enduro. So look for tactics to be played out there. And then we go back to the GR4s at Interlagos, and then Laguna Seca for GR3 for round 8. Round 9, we're at Brands Hatch for another Enduro. And round 10, we are at Red Bull Ring. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting season.
Sorry, guys, I missed...
finishing off the season
2, 3 and 4 there on the
Bathurst
graphic.
and Spa. I mean, a couple of good tracks there to finish the season on.
Yeah, well, just watch out.
What about sponsors? Can we mention some sponsors?
Oh, yes, thank you for reminding us. So take us through the sponsors there. Take us through our sponsors for Season 8 there, Fangarang.
I don't have it up at the moment. I'll take them. You guys might have.
Of course, we've got our great sponsors and races coming up with Season 8. And also Future Clothing with us as well. So thank you so much. Also, our last sponsor is Untouchables.
We have Next Level Racing and Pagnian Imports. They're also our sponsors here for Season 8. A little bit of, if you're looking for some awesome sim racing gear, talk to the guys at Pagnian Imports. Dodgy's a real advocate for those guys. They know their stuff when it comes to sim racing, and they only sell highest quality stuff when it comes to sim racing gear. They've got everything you need from Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec. They've got everything. They've even also got all the kit as well. If you need it, if you're looking for a cockpit like the Next Level Racing GT Lite, which I use. You've also got even more permanent setups as well. But Pagnian Imports are your one-stop shop for everything you need sim racing.
So,
Nicely done.
So, what's next, guys? So, final race for round one, the Enduro. What is the strategy? Take us through your strategy for your race there, Fang. What would you do if you're these guys?
Yeah, it depends where you are on the grid, I guess. If you're up towards the front of the grid, I'd be looking to put on softs and go like the clappers. Probably about 9 laps, maybe 10. See how you're going. Then go over to the mediums then. If you're up the back of the pack, could be an option to go one out on the mediums first. What do you think, Touchy?
Look, there's a number of options here for race 3. We know that transit time in the pit lane is ridiculously long, about 25 odd seconds before you see yourself in the pit box. A full stop with tyres and a full fuel tank is almost close to a minute, so don't look for these drivers to go and burn the tank up, burn the tyres up and do a full stop. Look to see some fuel saving here in race 3, some tyre saving in race 3, and I think you're right. Softs towards the front of the field will look to run longer. Mediums towards the back of the field will be looking to pit a bit earlier, get onto the fresh rubber, get onto the faster rubber, and then try and make their time up on open track. But we go to the grid for race 3, jump on with broken spoke. Keep our run going with P5 starts. Lights are on, engines are revving. J-Dub's starting on pole, Dodgy in second, Smurf in third. Engines are still revving. This is a long hold of the lights. Lights on, lights out, and away we go. And J-Dub gets off the line this time. Dodgy 86 in second as well, climbing up close to J-Dub. Smurf stuck in behind under the rear wings of those two drivers. Going 2 by 2 this time down into turn 1. Looks like they've learnt from their ways in race 1 and race 2, and they're going to try and get through here quick and cleanly. You can't win the race on the first turn. You can definitely lose it. And nice and clean through the first few corners. J-Dub leading the field after turn 1.
Yeah, great stuff. And he's not getting out. Dodgy having a look at the inside, getting a little bit of a better run and taking over there with Smurf close in as well with J-Dub right there. So position change already. So you got Dodgy, Smurf, and J-Dub. J-Dub on the inside of Smurf and not giving him, pushing him wide. The J-Dub of old is back and showing everyone that he's here not to muck around and taking no prisoners.
Look, this is just close door-to-door touring car racing, mate. This is what Whittleville's all about. It's fair racing, it's fun racing, it's close racing.
It's wheel to wheel, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Wheel to wheel or freaking door handle to door handle. I think we might have to rebrand this one. And who just got a penalty? Broken Smoke got a penalty, unfortunately, there. 1 second penalty. And has to give it up. And also, that is Hammy as well picking up 1 second penalty. So, both those gentlemen picking up a penalty early in the race and just dropping off that line. They're a massive train.
Dodgy's got a fair gap here at the start, which is good. And he's been doing well on this track, Dodge, so it'll be good to see if he can hang on to that lead. And,
just to let our viewers at home know, we've got Dodgy starting on the softs, Smurf and your mum's also on the softs as well, and Devil Racer in third place on the mediums. Hippo's on the softs in fourth place. J-Dub is on the mediums in fifth. Corbin starting on the mediums in P6. Con as well is also on the mediums. Mac and Jackson on the mediums as well. Evil One's on the mediums. Broken Spoke in P10. He's on the softs. Ripdock in 11, he's on the mediums, and Hammy as well is on the mediums in P12. So probably favourite. I mean, I'm not surprised that people want to get onto the faster tyre as soon as possible, but there's a couple of soft guys out there who are looking to run long this first stint and hopefully make that gap out. And we can see already that Dodgy and Smurf about 1.5 seconds up the road on Hippo, who is also on the softs as well. He's just got past Devil Racer as well on the medium.
I think we're going to go to P5 there. P5, J-Dub on the inside of Coleman coming up. There's mediums and medium. Coleman not giving up any room, and but bashing door handles there, not giving up any room, and Coleman not happy, flashing J-Dub there. Oh, and J-Dub runs a little bit wide. He's going to pick up a penalty. Yep, there, half-second penalty there, off the race line, and has to burn it. Yeah, Coleman probably not happy with that as well. And Con looks at the inside of Coleman on that, and potentially picking up something. Coleman looks at the inside and making sure that no room, and also got E1 fighting at the bits to take get P5 away from P6 away from Con. So what great race at the beginning of the reverse grid final race for round 1 in split 3. Wow, what's going on, boys?
I think we need to mention as well, for anyone new who's watching W2W Racing, we welcome you to the stream. The way racing works as well, we're in split 3 of about 5 or 6 splits that have raced tonight or are racing tonight, and results are based on overall time. So while you might be winning or leading up at the front in split 3, that doesn't matter. It's all about overall time at the end of the night, and the faster you can be overall, the higher up the grid you'll become once the results come out. So squabbling and battling for position earlier on, like what this big group of guys are doing at the moment, will definitely impact on that overall time come later on into the race. So we see J-Dub get down the inside of Evil One, pushing him on that quarter panel there through the corner. Bit of a bumper run there from J-Dub to get through positions here. This midfield has been absolutely messy the first couple of laps here. Not like what we usually see week in, week out of wheel to wheel, but yeah, these guys, we just still get used to those medium tyres.
Yeah, I think it's two things: getting used to the medium tyres and also getting used to the 86s. They're a bit of a different breed. And J-Dub running a little bit wide off with everyone having a look as well. So no one's giving anyone love at the moment. They just want to get that position. They do realise this is the enduro race. There's still 13 laps to go. Absolute crazy.
Your top 3 here at the moment, you've got Dodgy 86, you've got a 1 second gap over Smurf and your mum here in second place, who has about a 2.5 second, almost 2 3/4 second lead over Hippo in third place, and then you've got another 1.5 seconds from Hippo to Devil Racer, who's in fourth, with CCH going down the inside of Devil Racer, makes the move stick before the corner. Good move there by Corbin up into P4.
Yeah, nicely done there. But Queensland Devil Racers looking to get that position back pretty quickly. He's got him on Corbin on the inside. So we may see another change of hands with this position of fourth and fifth here. Oh, no. Bit of a light bump.
Corbin trying to look at the over-under there. Probably can't get the move done with the controller. Can he send it downhill on the inside? No, he thinks better of it. Looks to get the run out of the corner.
Oh, we've got J-Dub, I think it was there.
P7.
Wild. Yeah.
P7 now P8. I'm getting a bit wild. That broken straight J-Dub and everyone showing no love. I think there's a bit of hatred there. Because the way that they're racing, they're just getting the frustration out. As Broken Spoke makes a bold move and gets it done before the fast right-hander there for P8.
They're not leaving any racing room, that's for sure. It's all on the table here tonight for the final race.
Wow, these guys, I think they're forgetting this is the Enduro. But it must say, we have to go back to the lead. We've got Dodgy running by a clean race by himself, out in front. A 2.5 second, no, say 2 second in front of Smurf, and Hippo chasing down the both of them is your top three at the moment.
That's a big lead at the moment at this point in the race, about 2.2, 2.3 second lead coming into lap 5. They're almost halfway through the league, almost slow, very quickly getting up to the halfway.
And I think we can jump in for P5 with Corbin making it look at the inside of Del Racing into turn 1 and making it stick there. And behind him for P5 and 6 we have Con and Evil One trying to battle it out.
It's your battle for 6th place at the moment, and Evil One does the move around the outside. It's a good move from him. JW in P10 still battling with Maccajack there. For the last of the top 10 positions here in split 3. Again, all this battling is just costing them time. They should really start thinking about working with each other to try and get up the field and save that time and just really think of the overall picture here.
Yeah, I think they're still thinking it's the sprint race there at the moment. So yeah, so they need to settle down, cool their heads. Maybe it's the lack of practice in mediums, but yeah, it just seems like a little bit scrappy at the moment.
Doc's burning a penalty there towards the back of the field, so take it away from his Fang.
Yeah, just on board Broken Spoke, who's looking to get a move done on Conhig, coming through these last sections.
In P8 there.
P8 now, yeah, sorry.
So,
pretty close, bumper to bumper.
The Fang, ZD, when should we start seeing some of the medium guys come in? As Devil Racer makes his way into the pits here on lap 5.
I think it depends on how good you are in the softs. For me, I pulled in on at the end of lap 7, just because I just couldn't make the soft tires last. But again, I know people like Ando and the faster guys could make the soft tires last a little bit longer, because I'm just a little bit rocked in my front tires. But it all comes down to that practice and how well you can make your front tires last. I know someone like Corbin, probably not, as we've seen within race 1 and 2. His tyre wear is just ridiculous.
Devil Racer having to take fuel on board, that's going to cost him extra time. It looks like Ripdox also had to take fuel as well, and Hammy has only just entered his pit box as well. He might also need to take fuel as well. Hammy does take fuel as well, so that's extra time that those two drivers now have to make up. Unfortunate for Hammy being so far back in the field. This is just a consolidation race for him. His final race. Race 3, not the sort of race you want to be a consolidation race, as you earn most of your points here with a longer race stint. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fuel saving at the moment here, boys.
Yeah, I think everyone just is going out for the out-and-out win. Like, depending on how high the rev range you go, like these cars love it right at the limit. So you can, like, if you just touch it through, you can fuel save. But all of these guys just redlining these things. As we go back for P2, we've got Hippo all over the back of Smurf right now. Looking for that pass. Probably will get it done just before the braking zone for turn 1.
Side by side into the braking zone, no one letting up. And Smurf and March's racing team pulling out a bit early and letting Hippo have the position.
Yeah, I think that's
smart racing there, not battling too hard, just realising there's time to make behind Hippo, and Dodgy is out to a 4-second lead. The old dog definitely still has a few tricks up his sleeve there.
As that Hippo has been really in the last couple of laps, and I think that he's done the smart move by letting Hippo just run away with it and saving that fuel, saving that little tenth here and there because that time stopped in the pit spots pit box is what wins and loses the race at the moment.
Yeah, Smurf's done really well on the fuel. He's probably got the best fuel out there for anyone who hasn't pitted. So, yeah, he's looks like he's conserving fuel greatly.
Well, this is the thing about the pit stops. As we can see, the broker who spoke is the last of the no stoppers is already going through top of the hill, coming into the final part of the corner. Devil Race, your first stopper, is about half a dozen corners behind, or about 25 seconds behind. So time in the pit lane is very, very long. So
I think
there's three drivers here who are in clean air. Will be loving it at the moment, and we'll be gaining time on the drivers who are battling. As we see Hippo enter the pits and Eagle One as well.
Oh, Hippo going for the split strategy, not even running a little bit longer for on his tyre. That's a very interesting strategy by Hippo.
Fang, if you could probably keep an eye on Devil Racer for us and let us know where the three stoppers pop out on track.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of all the pit stops at the moment. The Macca Jackson as well.
Oh, Hippo picking up fuel as well. Jeez.
Hippo beats out Devil. Pass on Evil One by the corner, and Macjack is going to clear Hammy by about 8.5, 9 seconds, maybe about 10 seconds. But Devil Racer getting a good outlap after that pit stop and making some time up on the faster guys. But just have to see how they go towards the end of the race.
Be interesting to see if Dodgy comes in this lap. He's still tracking well with 6.5 second gap there. Back to Smurf in second.
The soft tyre guys will probably want to run a little bit longer, but it all depends on what sort of lap times they can get and how much more consistency they can wean out of those old tyres. But CCH in third place as well is about 6 seconds behind the field. Look for him to come to the pits this time by off the mediums, and he does. So CCH next of your stoppers here.
Yeah, CCH coming in. So you've got. Yeah, I think you just have to run a little bit longer. The worn softs are a little bit better than the fresh mediums. So I think Dodgy's doing it right. Probably coming in the end of this lap. That's what my reckon. Especially she's just losing time a little bit here and there, and his front tires are just, especially his front left, is a little bit worn compared to everyone else around him.
Is crossing the start-finish or the start-finish gantry at the moment, and is going to clear CCH by quite a bit. CCH losing out to Doc and Devil Racer as well. So Corbin's got a bit of work to do in second stint here on those soft tyres.
Yeah, I'd like to see how much time Dodgy's actually going to lose over Hippo. So, Hippo could be your effective. I don't think Hippo will be your race leader at the moment because he's just losing little bits of time, some tenths, a little bit here and a little bit there over Dodgy. I think Dodgy will retain the race lead, but it won't be as big as 5.3 seconds as when when Hippo pulled into the pit stop.
Well, it's about 40 seconds at the moment between Hippo and Dodgy. Hippo has gone the ultimate strategy to run his softs first and to get his mediums out of the way for this long stint. So I think if Hippo can find maybe another second or two, for him to be battling with Dodgy towards the end of the race, because Dodgy as well, he's getting rid of his softs early. He's out for another lap again. So this would be the crossover time now. This is the chance where Hippo can, if he keeps consistent and keeps focused, will definitely make some time on Dodgy, Smurf and Broken Spoke. As we see, Con and J-Dub have entered the pits for their one and only stop, and they're going to easily get cleared by Hippo and Devil Racer. I would probably even stay in and get cleared all the way back to Evil 1.
So I'd say we'll see Dodgy, Smurf and Broken Spoke all coming in for as this round. They're the only ones out there who haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, I tell you, top 3 races at the moment are the only ones who haven't pitted, so we'll see what happens, because it seems like for that last race, that 39.5 second lead just staying pretty solid at the moment. So it looks like they're running on very similar lap times at the moment.
Just to give you an update, Connor's come out behind Maccajack in pit 10, and J-Dub has come out about one second ahead of Hammy, who's actually run a really good race here, all things considered. He's come back a little bit, and he's now got someone here who he can either race with or he can work with to try and claw back a bit more time after what's happened to him earlier on this race.
Just going up into 5, 6, 7. There's a nice little pack forming up there with CCH looking to maybe get a move done on Ripdock. It'll all be interesting down the bottom end of the hill here.
And just a quick update, we'll stay with this great racing here with who's that Ripdog looking at the inside of Del Racer and Corbin. Corbin trying to get the jump on both of them and gets it done. Well done, Corbin. So just a quick update, we've got Dodgy is in the pits, and we Smurf and Breckenspec have stayed out. So so Dodgy is in the pits, and it's going to have to pick up a bit of fuel as well. The Dodgy's just coming down off the jacks now. Getting that fuel
coming out of the chicane here. I think Hippo's going to jump him easily. I think
it's going to be close. No, I don't think he's going to jump him. I think it's going to be awfully close.
Corbin's just picked up a penalty. Just
CCH burning a penalty. And wow, Dodgy's still got about 6 seconds on Hippo. So
here we go. 4.5. Over those longer laps over Dodgy. But yeah, it's a little bit closer. It's just I think Dodgy starting up at the front and Hippo starting at the back of the pack. That start distance and Hippo having and coming through the pack has essentially given Dodgy a great possibility to take race 3 win.
Looking at Dodgy's times, he's tracking well. He's got some great consistency, and he's tracking well at the moment. Go Dodge.
Drivers to look out for at the moment. Your Broken Spoke 9 for 13R Autosport. Look for him to come into the pit soon, as well as Smurfing and Archie's Pit Crew Racing. They've got about 12 to 15 seconds on Dodgy, who's the first of his stoppers, as we see Smurf into the pits now for his one and only stop on lap 11. Look to see Broken Spoke following him here behind, or otherwise he'll just be losing time.
There we go. Both Smurf and Broken Spoke are in the pit, so here we go. It's now time to see how much fuel to take on for the race today. So I think your effective race leader is going to be Dodgy. I think Smurf and Broken Spoke probably going to lose out to Hippo, but
Smurf in the box now.
Yeah, Smurf's in the box now. He's going to lose out to Hippo. Potentially going to be losing out to Corbin and Riptok as well.
Smurf is out.
And as we go, we see Hippo go by. Smurf has to cross the line. I guess that's fine.
Riptok and Corbin going side by side to turn 1. Corbin's going to make the move down the inside and clear Riptok there. So Corbin into the 4th position at the moment, and Evil 1 following behind there in 6th place. But Corbin a little bit wide there out of turn 3, but manages to hold position. And Ripdock is just going to follow behind CCH at the moment here.
Yeah, so going quickly through the whole field. So we've got Dodgy with a 4 second lead over Hippo, followed closely behind Smurf, and a massive battle group between Corbin, Ripdog, and everyone. I think we'll stay on with this action right here because there's such close racing for fourth, fifth, and sixth. As Ripdog looking left, right, trying to get that run. It's got a little bit of a better run over Corbin. Corbin going very defensive there, trying to cover that inside line. And Ripdog goes for the inside line. There we go. Late braking here.
Evil One looking for the cutback here. Just doesn't get the line there, but if he keeps nice and tight here with these guys, maybe drops off a little bit of time. As we see, Smurf's got a half-second penalty, so he's now into this thick here. It's a four-way battle here for the final podium position. You've got Evil One down through the middle of both Marchie Pit Crew Racing guys, and Evil One is now up into fourth position. Ripdog giving up time to Smurf. Smurf's into the pits again. And Devil Race is now right into the thick of this as well, but is Smurf under fueled here?
I think he might have changed tyres. He's on softs at the moment. He started on softs. I think that's what might be going on.
Yes, he did.
No, Smurf and your mum.
He'd be
Such
spewing.
a good race up until that point. That's gonna cost him time. You got to feel for Smurf here.
Yeah.
Lucky it's early days though, so he's out in the fresh mediums. Maybe he could go for fastest lap here.
No, it's almost worth trying to just belt it around, do fastest lap, and then jump in for do one lap for mediums if you're going to be like that. But that's just me.
But your top three at the moment, Dodgy with about a 4.5 second lead over Hippo, who has about a 3.5 second lead over CCH, with Evil One in fourth, Ripdog in five, and Queensland Devil Race at one of the newer drivers to wheel in the top six at the moment. Fang, maybe you can give us your pointers and your insight on how you think Devil Race has gone for his first race in wheel to wheel.
No, he's done well. I think the reverse grids has made an interesting final with the two reverse grids. It's made interesting racing for sure. But yeah, Queensland Devil Racer, he's done well. Shown that he's got some skills out there and some good pace. So yeah, one to keep an eye out on.
Coming into the end of the race here is Even One slow down the pit straight. Looks like he's had to burn a penalty, so he's had to lose the position to Ripdog. Fourth place. Still a chance here for those guys to maybe make a few more positions up and fight CCH for the final spot podium there. CCH being on control over the inputs aren't going to be as smooth and as soft as some of the guys on wheels, but it looks like Dodgy's going to, unless Dodgy has a massive brain fade, he's going to run away with the win here at the final race of this evening.
Yeah, he's definitely running at consistent times and just running 7/10 faster each lap over Hippo. So Hippo won mediums while Dodgy on those fresh mediums. So yeah, just
I know Dodgy wasn't loving the track all week, although he'd done a lot of miles on it. So I'm sure he'll be happy with where he's at the moment. So yeah, good to see.
Well, definitely just shows you if you do the time, you do get the rewards, and he's definitely got the rewards.
It also helps as well with some of these drivers not getting involved in the battles and just running your own race and knowing that the 12 or 13 guys that you'll be racing in your lobby aren't the 12 or 13 guys that you'll be racing for sheep stations for. You've got to think about the overall result, and I think Dodgy, Hippo, CCH, those three guys are sort of the ones that have sort of really focused on running their own race, not getting involved in any battles, and yeah, they're going to reap the rewards when the results come out.
Feels pretty spread there. Trying to pick up, who do we pick up there? I think everyone and Devil Racer had to burn a penalty. Went a bit wide for P5 there, and everyone all over. Sorry, is that? No, it's Ripdog. Sorry, Ripdog and Evil One. So yeah, Ripdog and P4 had to burn a penalty, and everyone's all over the back of Ripdog. Ripdog on very much, both of them very much worn softs at the moment.
Yeah, Ripdog's really burning through his front left a lot more than Evil One. As Evil One goes for the cutback down the inside, gets the move done, but Ripdog's got the inside here for the next corner. He's got enough of an overlap, but thinks better of it, pulls out, and be looking to get past Evil One with a bit of slipstream if he can maintain control of the car there. But Evil One gets the run out of the corner and gains the position there.
So I think we go through the pack. Dodgy extending his lead to throughout the whole race, and now a 6.8 second lead over Hippo, who's had a bit of a mistake in the last lap, and is coming in second place with Corbin falling close behind. With Evil One, who just got past Ripdog. Then the Great Wall. Devil Racers had a great first round, so congratulations P7 at the moment. Maccajack, Broken Spoke in P9, Hammy in P10, making a great recovery after a few mistakes at the start. J-Dub in P11, and unfortunately Smurf double tapping and had to pit twice. Unlucky to Smurf.
I think Smurf's just proven the point that the two-stopper isn't the way to go.
And coming to the final side, Corbin had a 3.5 second lead. 3.5 second penalty, and potentially might be losing fourth place to Evil One, and Evil One's overtaking Corbin for third place. A massive penalty for Corbin, burning it on that front straight, just heard him coming through that last chicane.
Corbin not being able to be as precise with the controller as what other drivers are with wheels, but you reap what you sow when you race with the equipment. Corbin still is an incredibly fast driver on controller. I don't know how he does it. I definitely can't race on controller, but maybe if we can jump over to...
Corbin was top qualifier, I think, wasn't he? So he's, I think the bit of issue with the controller is that tyre wear comes in and things start to get a bit loose. You can start to wear those tyres down, and he's a bit of pace there. He certainly does have some pace.
Dodgy coming into the final sector now. He's got daylight, absolute daylight.
I think we should jump on. I think we should jump on to Dodgy with coming up to that very last chicane. He got 8.6 seconds over the rest of the field. Coming to the last chicane, braking early, making sure he meets each apex, clears them both, and great win by Dodgy. Absolutely dominating the last race for this round.
Yeah, well done, Dodge. Well done, mate.
An amazing drive from Dodgy 86, leads the field and takes the win by almost a 9-second commanding lead. I mean, the way he took those last few apexes, you could mistake him for apex humper.
Definitely. And then you got Hippo, E1. The fast guys from race 2 coming through the recipe. With 2 and 3, Corbin in P4, Ripdog in P5, Con in P6, Maccajack in P7, Double Racer P8, Broken Spoke P9, J-Dub coming across the line now in P10, Hammy in P11, and Smurf, that double tap that cost him, I'm going to say, a boatload of positions. He would have been up there with Corbin and E1 up there, but that double tap unfortunately cost Smurf so many places.
Yeah, I think that's racing.
I think we need to go to a new segment that I'm going to start for Season 8. It's Fang's Final Thoughts. Your driver of the day, Fang, and any sort of last words you want to say.
I'd just like to say congratulations, Dodge. That was well done. And it was interesting to see how the reverse grids come into play. I think that's going to make a great change for this season. And some close racing and the way that it all forms up. It's certainly going to be an interesting season ahead of us.
And your final thoughts of today of the Fang? So who was your driver? Who was your driver of the night?
Well, the winner of the last race, I'd probably go with. But yeah, there's some good drives from a few out there. But yeah, to see Dodge come so well in that last race, they've done the job for me. Go 13R. What about you? What about you, Zeddy?
I think, big shout out for Hippo making his return, showing how strong he is, and definitely going to be jumping up in split 2 very shortly. So definitely Hippo is my driver of the night, coming through and having great qualifying and both great results in all 3 races. If you want to wrap up the stream as well, who's the driver of the night, and what do you think moving forward?
Yeah, look, I've got to say my driver of the night does go to Evil One. He was a good pickup for me in the off season and through the draft. So I'll be excited to see what he can do throughout the season. But all these drivers deserve a big rap. Split 3 was stacked tonight. But that's it for us tonight here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Join us in a week's time where we go across the border over to Italy, where we will be racing at Sardinia Road Track B in the Group 3 machinery for round 2 of Season 8 Wheel-to-Wheel Racing. Thank you, ZD and Fang, for joining us in the commentary box tonight, and thank you to Ando787 for joining us on visuals tonight.
Cheers,
you've
guys.
all done an amazing job.
All right, thanks, mate.
Awesome night. Thank you all.